Subscribe to Smartphone Tutorials and hit the notification bell icon to get instant notification.
A few days back, we did an install and preview for this ROM called ZenX Os. Since then, 1 or 2 days I have been using it, and in today's video I'm going to do a quick review about this particular ROM. But before we begin with all of that, everyone who's watching this video, 1, you are awesome, and 2, yes, with your support we are going to get the Pocophone F1 back to the channel, for which the donation link is mentioned in the description and on the community. You can start donating from $1 anywhere, the sky's the limit, and I really appreciate what you guys are doing to get the Poco back to the channel. Now, without further ado, hello awesome people, welcome to Smartphone Tutorials. My name is Kailash. Let's get going.
Hey guys, welcome to another video, and as I said in the intro, today is the mighty review of ZenX Os. Now, why do I say today is the mighty review of ZenX Os? Because day by day custom ROMs are getting better and better for the K20 Pro. I have been using this build for like 3 to 4 days, and after using the latest MIUI update 12.0.3, any AOSP ROM feels like a Ferrari, to be very honest. So this is the latest version that we have, which I got my hands on and I've been using it. So let's begin with the build info and system over here. So the ZenX version is 1.9. Unfortunately, the security patch is the 5th of August, so no security patch of September over here. And the build date is the 24th of September 2020. So all fine and good over there. But if we go to the home screen, as I said in the install and preview as well, the ROM does come with a Black Panther tribute, which I really like. It is a really neat addition. But if we look at the home settings over here, bam, the amount of customization you have in this particular ROM is just amazing to next level. So you have theme, desktop, home widget, dock, app drawer, search, integrations, gestures, recents, backups. Now, to be honest, I tried to go ahead and explore each and every option, but you have this and then you have the customization in the settings menu. So let's see over here. You do have icon packs, icon masking, and icon shape. You have a complete theme over here. You can use your dark text or pure black. And apart from that, if you go to desktop, you have your usual set of customizations. Now, this is a customization, or this is a level of customization that you would expect from a launcher like the Noah launcher. Now, when you are supplied with something like that in the stock version of the ROM, I mean to say when the ROM boots with such a launcher, it is really a good experience. Apart from that, you have separate settings for home widget, you have separate settings for dock, and see the amount of options you have available over here. I believe this is one of the first ROMs in which I have spent so much time discussing about the options of customizing the launcher itself. You have customization for the app drawer, the search bar, you have different integrations. Have a look at all of this carefully, because there might be some settings or some options in the launcher customization which might not be very useful to me, but they might be of any use to you. Now, apart from this, you do have gestures in the launcher itself. Now, that was everything about the launcher. Next up, we want to talk about the camera situation. Now, over here, we cannot really comment much because I have installed ANX camera and it works just as expected as any other ROM with ANX camera would work. This does come with a very basic version of the camera application in which you don't have portrait mode, you don't have a lot of things. So what I actually did is I went ahead and flashed the ANX camera and the 48 megapixel fix as soon as I flashed the ROM, and everything works as expected. The only thing that is missing in this version of ANX camera, which is version 185, is 4K recording. Now, in the last 1 or 2 years since the time I've been using these flagship phones which are capable of 4K recording, to be honest, I have not really tried 4K a lot. So that doesn't really make a lot of difference to me. But as far as compatibility is concerned, and as far as the ROM supporting ANX camera is concerned, it works really fine. Now, the next part that we're going to talk about is really interesting. That is the theming and customization. Now, as you can see over here, I already have sort of a blue accent going on here, and we are using the pitch black theme as well. But if you do go to display, you have all these options wherein you can use the dark mode and you can change the accent color. and you can change a lot of other things. So when you go to the user interface part, you have dark theme, you have styles and wallpapers, the same standard thing wherein you can schedule it. You do have the UI corner style, you can choose your own. You do have the RGB accent picker, and if you have a look over here, you do have a lot of customization. And to be very honest, I have not really used any of those options. I have used a few, but I've not used much of the customization options. So when it comes to theming and customization, if you're someone who really wants your phone to be personalized to your taste, this works really well. And next up, we're going to talk about a very important part when it comes to smartphone usage, that is the battery and charging. Now I can tell you it takes around 1 hour to 1 hour 5 minutes, anywhere between 55 minutes to 1 hour 10 minutes to charge the phone fully from 1% to 100 or 0% to 100 while the phone is on. And apart from that, if we talk about the usage, this is my current usage, and as you can see over here, I have been using the phone quite a lot. I have charged it 9 hours back, and I did see yesterday I got around 7 to 7.5 hours of screen on time. And trust me, with the type of usage that I have, if a ROM is giving me that much battery backup, it is really amazing. Although what I would like to share here is that when it comes to charging, this ROM does tend to make the device a little more warmer compared to what you feel on other ROMs like the Pixel experience. So as far as the charging and battery is concerned, this ROM has it all. You should not really have any problem. Next up, let's quickly go ahead and talk about the sound situation. Now again, as you would expect from each and every custom ROM these days, it does have the direct sound enhancer, it does have the custom vibration options and all the other bells and whistles which you would find on a custom ROM. The Bluetooth audio, the audio controls from a Bluetooth device, and the audio controls of an inline earphone, that is a wired earphone, also works perfectly fine. There is no audio distortion that I have experienced from the main speaker, and even while gaming, the audio is perfectly fine. I did find it to have less latency while using Bluetooth audio to play games as well. So in the audio situation, this ROM is perfectly fine. Alright, so talking about the dialer options, this ROM does come with call recording. This ROM does have automatic call recording, so that really helps in my case. And apart from that, it really works as expected. Like, I've not had any call related issues or crashes or any other things of that sort. So yes, when it comes to the dialer and calling, I've not really had a problem, and you can definitely trust this ROM as a daily driver. I have tried Wi-Fi calling, I have tried Wi-Fi video calling or carrier video calling. All of that works as smooth as it would on any other custom ROM or any smooth, stable, slow MIUI ROM. So with that said, the next thing that we're going to talk about is the security options and fingerprint. Now what really amazes me with these things is that you do have a lot of customization options when it comes to the fingerprint. Now if you have a look, the fingerprint scanner icon that you see on the screen is from OnePlus devices, and if you have a look at the animation, let me use the wrong finger here, that is the animation from Mi 10 Ultra, and as you can see, the fingerprint works just fine. Now this particular build is running off the latest MIUI 12.0.2 vendor. The 12.0.3.0 vendor is out, but we don't have a build after that, and I have not used it. But as far as security is concerned, if you actually go to the security option, you do have all the bells and whistles. You can see we have face unlock, fingerprint unlock, and SIM card lock. So everything that you would need is available in security settings, and the fingerprint and the face unlock works just as expected. The next up, the important part for a lot of users, they go ahead and use a ROM as a daily driver, is will my Prime Video or Netflix work? Is this L2 or L3 as far as Widevine is concerned? Well, I have not really got into the technicalities of that, but I can tell you Netflix works fine, Prime Video works fine, my Google Pay works fine, my HDFC banking application works fine. Although I should mention that I have not yet installed Magisk in this particular ROM. I have not yet gone ahead and rooted this ROM. So all in all, yes, this ROM just works fine for banking applications and DRM related applications. Now next up, we're going to talk about the RAM management and gaming. Now as far as RAM management is concerned, I've not really had any problems. Some apps do reload, but yes, if you don't have a lot of applications, well, your phone will keep a lot of apps in memory, and that is something that is debatable. You know, it takes half a second to load the app depending on the game or application you're using. And while we are talking about games, I have tried the latest PUBG Mobile, Asphalt and Call of Duty. Alright, so when it comes to gaming, a lot of people would ask me, do you have gaming mode? Do you have this? Do you have that? But what I would rather ask is, does this particular ROM has a FPS counter? I've not really been able to find that, but as far as the gaming mode is concerned, I can definitely tell you it is there and it works just fine the way you would want it to work. You do have dynamic mode, you do have all the block notifications and all the other things that you would need. So yes, the gaming mode works as expected, and I can tell you that I've played PUBG for 30 to 45 minutes and all the time it is above 58 or 59 FPS. So you won't have a random drop of FPS, and in one full charge you can easily play at least 4 to 4.5 hours of PUBG, maybe even more. I have not tried, you know, the game from the 100% battery to say 0% or something like that. Now, before we actually go ahead and conclude the full review for ZenX Os, I would really like you to show the highlight of this particular ROM, that is the customization. Now, if you look at this over here, you do have the status bar and then you have some other settings. Apart from that, you do have notification customization, and you do have the lock screen customization, in which you will have the animations, pocket detection, error vibration. You can customize almost everything when it comes to these custom ROMs these days, and I can tell you that most of the things that you would look for when it comes to customization is available and it works as expected. So one last thing that I'd like to mention over here, what are the bugs? Well, one bug is, as you would have noticed in this part of the video itself, is if I'm in Zen Hub and if I go say in a sub menu and I go back, it directly takes me to settings versus taking me one step back. Now I know that is not a big issue which will stop you from using this ROM, but yes, that bug is present. And apart from this, a couple of times I've noticed that while I'm on a call, the call screen, the hang up button from here, it will move all the way here, and only when you restart the UI or restart the phone, that issue would get fixed. But apart from that, I really have not encountered any brightness issues or anything like random reboots which would stop me from recommending this as a daily driver to you. So all in all, when it comes to daily driver, gaming, a stable ROM for daily usage, ZenX Os from me gets a complete thumbs up. You can definitely go ahead and try this ROM. The link for the XDA thread is mentioned in the description. Do remember to join our Telegram channel for the latest updates. We do upload every alternate day. Let me know in the comment section how was this video and did you like the review or not, or if there are any changes that you would want me to make the way I review ROMs. Until the next one, this is Kailash signing off at Smartphone Tutorials. Keep smiling. Take care. Goodbye.